All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the garage. This is my 2022 Tesla Model Y long range. I've had this almost coming up a year. I've never rotated the tires. Last month I went into the tire shop to get a flat repair, and they're like, hey, your rear tires are like worn out. I have 30 seconds of tread left on the rear, 30 seconds on the front. So they're like, you need to start thinking about new tires. So I neglected to rotate these in time to kind of get maximum wear out of them. But I'm going to rotate them today. I'm going to show you the process. I want to put the rears on the front on the rears. We're going to go through the process, show you what you need to get this done. So a couple of the tools you need to get this done. I need a little pick tool to pry off the cap. 22 millimeter socket. I've got a breaker bar, and then I also have a torque wrench that we're going to use to tighten down the lug nuts to 130 foot-pounds. That's what the required amount is. These pucks here are needed to jack up the car. So these you can get on Amazon for, I don't know, 20 bucks or something. I got them on there, guys. I'll leave a link. But what they do is they go up under here. There's a hole underneath here. It pops in there, and that way you jack on this. You don't jack on the battery because the battery's underneath there. We've got one for each side. And then we have two floor jacks. I'm going to use two floor jacks for the entire side. So how we're rotating these is the front ones are going straight back. The rear ones are going across. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. You can have Tesla do this for you. Like, you can schedule the service with Tesla, and they'll come out to your house and do this. They'll charge like $70 to do this. So I figured it's probably worth, 30 minutes of your time and get your hands a little bit dirty, and you can get this done pretty easily. So let's get started. To get these caps, this has the 20-inch wheels. I'm not sure how it works if you have the hubcap, the 19-inch wheels on the Model Y, or the Performance, but you just get this pick tool in here and just pop that out. They're just a spring clip behind those, and then 21 millimeter socket. I'm going to loosen all these up first. That way I don't have to, have it in park, or I'm not going to put any strain on the drivetrain by putting torque on these nuts while it's up in the air. So starting here at the front, I'm just going to 21 millimeter. I'm just loosening them here. If you have a big enough breaker bar, they loosen pretty easily. So they're cracked loose, so that way when I get it up in the air, it'll be easy to get them off. And the lug nuts are regular threaded, so just counterclockwise to loosen them up. Plastic trim, there's a little hole there, that's where the puck goes, and then there's one on each corner, that's where we're going to jack from. All right, so I had to use my lower profile jack here to get under this one. Now that this is jacked up just a little bit, I'm going to put my little bit bigger jack under that one. We're going to take off both of these tires here. All right, so just want to get it off just enough. We've got this one. This impact driver to spin these off. I loosen these up by hand. We're going to keep these lug nuts on this side right here. You see my tire here, the wear bar is right between the tread right there. When it gets down to that's kind of, it's worn out, so it's not too far off from there. So this is going to stay here. This is actually going to go in the driver's side front. We're going to put this one back on so we can lower it back down. I always like to thread the lug nuts on by hand. You don't want to cross thread these, so get them started by hand. Okay, what I'm going to do now, while it's still in the air, I just want to tighten them here. I'm going to do a star pattern. So just with these only having 5 lug nuts, it's easier to do the star pattern. So I'll make sure they're torqued down. 130 foot-pounds is the required torque on these. So as long as they're just tight for right now, next one we're going to do is we're going to take off the front one, so we can replace this one that was here, was going to go on the opposite front side. Use this torque wrench, just give it a little spin just so they're broken free. And now I'll just back them off with my impact driver here. Okay, I'm just going to let the jack down just a little bit here, just to put a little bit weight on the tire so it doesn't move, and then I can just get these a little bit tighter. Okay, this is the driver side rear. This is going to passenger front. So we'll set that over there. So as you can tell, I've only had 2 wheels off at maximum at one time, and you can get away with doing this with 2 jacks. You don't need 4 jacks or even 3. So this was the front driver. This is going rear driver. So I lower the wheel down just enough so it's touching the ground. That way I can provide some resistance, and then I can just tighten it down. I have my torque wrench. It's already set at 130. Okay, to wrap things up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around and torque down all the lug nuts. Now that it's sitting down on all 4 tires, all the weights on it, I can go down, torque it all down to 130 foot-pounds. And I just have to remove all 4 of my jack pads from underneath. All right, guys, with the wheels and tires all back on, they're torqued down, everything's good to go. I like to put this tire shine on here. This stuff I found to be pretty good. It's the Chemical Guys Tire Shine tire kicker. The reason I like this stuff is because it gives it kind of like a satin look, but it doesn't fling everywhere like some of the other gels or sprays do. So it just gives it kind of a nice subtle black hint to it. So I'm going to get them all shined up. This is also a good time to check the PSI. You know, just get your little portable compressor out. The PSI, they need to be at 40 PSI on all of them. Check that, and then we'll go inside and do the reset. And for the reset, there's just a reset thing that it should relearn the positions of the wheels now that we've changed them. So with the wheels all torqued down, hubcaps back on, everything kind of put away, we're all done. We just come inside here, we go to service, and then up here there's a tire service reminder. We can reset this, and okay, press the brake pedal. Okay, we're doing an all season summer. This is a... All right, guys, that was a pretty easy process. You can definitely do it with 2 jacks. You don't need like 3 or 4 jacks to be able to do all the wheels at one time. So got them rotated. I'll probably do this again maybe around 5,000 miles. Tesla recommends this every 6,200 miles to keep the tires fresh. I let mine go. Mine probably have about 11,000 miles on them right now. So I'm probably going to rotate them maybe once more, and then I'm probably going to have to replace the tires, which, you know, these tires just aren't getting that good of a wear on them. Anyways, hopefully you found this informational helpful. I'll leave the links to the products and tools I use down below. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks.